Rafael Varane says he was surprised when Erik stayed at Manchester United at the start of the 2024-2025 season. Welcome back to the Football Tribe YouTube channel. Robert Kesakos is your usual suspect. In an exclusive interview with The Athletic, former Manchester United defender Rafael Varane has said that he was surprised that Erik stayed. The decision that Ineos made to keep him at Old Trafford came as a surprise to him and to other players. In his own words, he says, "I was surprised he stayed. The connection with the group no longer existed. Remember, the whole of last season, we did speak about the divisions that lay underneath the Manchester United dressing room, and at the same time, we are beginning to hear those drums being sounded once again, that there are splits in that dressing room." With argued and actually thought that Erik had lost that dressing room, and Rafael Varane has come out to confirm that. There were leaks from the dressing room, players no longer respected the manager, players no longer trusted the manager. And eventually, like we saw, that led to his sacking eventually, and he was subsequently replaced by Ruben Amorim, who, if he doesn't change tactics very soon or later, then he is destined potentially to face a very similar fate to that of Erik because he's managed Manchester United in 14 Premier League games and they've recorded only 14 points from a possible 42 points. While that would be easier to take in, it would beg the question if there are positives that we do appreciate on the turf for what we see. I, for one, there's nothing really to appreciate on this Ruben Amorim team to say, okay, this is a positive, that he is trying to build this kind of system. They are trying to play this type of football that one would say once the project clicks, then things will start looking brighter. So if it doesn't change tactics, then things may not end well for him. There are already reports coming in right in the media from players leaking news or reports that players are not in sync with his tactics, that players do not understand some of the things he's trying to communicate with them, but that's not as a result of language barrier. It seems to be some form of bias between players and the manager's style of play or the things that he does want them to do on the turf. While his bosses, that's the Ineos, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and all those in the hierarchy, may be willing to be patient with him, it looks like some players are increasingly growing impatient with the manager. Does that mean that they do leave the summer? Or does that mean that it is the manager that exits the door? Over time and again, we've seen that when things go sideways, it's always the manager that takes the fall, whether the players were right or whether they were wrong, because they are the majority. Nonetheless, we'll give him the benefit of doubt and wait it out. Like I said in yesterday's video about Manchester United, time is everything. So we'll wait to see what that means for Ruben Amorim at Manchester United.